Drum roll, please. We are having a Hoda-bration.
Oh, God.
My aspirations when I started out were I just kind of wanted to get a job. I didn't really think about the runway. I just wanted to work. And I thought to myself, if I love it, that'll be my litmus test. Then I'll know if I'll love it forever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I fall in love with it. And I did. My parents were big newsies from the beginning since we were kids. The TV was always on with news, radio, news, and they're asking us questions at dinner. I was like, oh my God, what is this, school? Ugh. But I realized that there was something about it I loved. It was the immediacy of it. It was the it's happening now. It was the talking to people. It was being curious. It was asking questions.
This is an Eyewitness News Watch.
It's 11 minutes before midnight. I'm Hoda Kotb.
I was an anchor in New Orleans and I had the job of a lifetime. I was their main anchor. It was my favorite town. When I got the call to come for a Dateline interview, I was shocked because everyone dreams of going to the network, dreams of it. They interviewed me once and said, we're not sure. They said, come back again. They said, we're not sure. The third time they brought me up, they said, we're gonna put you through the paces. You go cover a story and then we'll let you know. And so I covered the story and I came back, my heart's pounding, and I still remember I'm sitting in my apartment and the phone rang. And the vice president of NBC on the other end said, you got it. You are a correspondent at Dateline NBC. So I immediately dialed my mom, who has been sitting in the same cubicle for 30 years. I tell her I got the job and I can hear her saying, my daughter just is a Dateline correspondent from NBC News. And you could hear all these ladies clapping.
By 1998, bin Laden was still here in war-torn Afghanistan.
When I was sent overseas, Baghdad, I went to Afghanistan, I went to the West Bank and Gaza and all those places. The war in Iraq was really scary because no one knew if they were going to use gas or what was going to happen when we got in.
No foreign journalist can officially interview Aung San Suu Kyi. Many who've tried have been interrogated, strip-searched, and deported.
We had to sneak into Burma to interview a woman who was the democratically elected leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. And if you get caught interviewing her, you go to jail for 7 years. And it was run by the military at that point. So we did a lot of cloak and dagger, a lot of 007.
We brought only amateur video cameras. Still, we were followed and photographed. And everywhere we looked, the Army was there.
And I remember in the middle of the interview, we were in a secret location. I could feel my heart pounding, and I was thinking to myself, what happens after this interview? You know, thankfully, we were able to get out of there with a lot of help from different people on the ground, but it was really scary. One day, I got sick with breast cancer, and after I was done with that, I had this kind of epiphany, and it hit me hard. I got 4 words, and the 4 words were, you can't scare me. I felt fearless. I had just gone through the worst thing in my life, and I thought to myself, if there's something I want, I'm gonna ask for it. And I knew there was a job coming up at NBC, and I knew it was a new hour of today. So I decided it was time for me to ask for something, and they decided give her a shot.
It is time for the new addition to the Today Show, Miss Kathie Lee Gifford.
Here I am, a person who's been covering Dateline stuff. Now I was gonna be sitting next to Kathie Lee, like laughing and scratching and drinking. I'm like, how is this gonna go? And it was so fun.
Okay, Kath, go. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh, come on.
Come on, let's go. Oh!
Working with Kathie Lee was the greatest adventure of all.
That was some pent-up frustration.
It was a master class in how to be yourself, which is the whole purpose. The whole point of all of this is you're trying so hard to fit in and to be somebody, and should I ask a question like this? Let me hold my papers, and all of a sudden you're like, just be you. So it did take pivoting, but it was also kind of all the skills that I'd always kind of had under my belt for many years. The key to it all really, and this holds true for Savannah and me and Jenna and me, you have to trust implicitly the person sitting next to you to catch you if you fall. And if you have that, you can do anything.
Cool. Excellent. Excellent.
We do that for one another, and Kathie Lee did that for me. And so I think it is a trust thing. And you can pivot till the cows come home as long as you're sitting next to someone who's got your back, and then you're gonna be fine.
Hi everybody, good morning. Welcome to Today. Nice to have you along with us on a Monday morning.
I often think when we are opening our show in the mornings, I do think about people eating their cereal or running their kids around, and what it must be like in your home that morning. And you're going to get the news, obviously, because it's the news, but there's a way to deliver it where maybe it's not with a mallet.
You said not telling the truth was too much to carry.
I could not do this anymore.
It's nice to have a place where you can get everything straight, the news that you need, and you can also feel good. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a trajectory. I didn't say by the time I'm 25, I want to be here. By the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 35 and 40. I didn't have that plan. I just kept following the road. It was like the road was unveiling. It doesn't come easy. You have to really work. If you're just starting out, your life's going to be out of balance. Everyone wants balance, but exceptional people are not in balance initially. You got to put everything into one thing. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room to get it. I wasn't. You just have to work hard and kind of keep pushing.
3, 2.
You don't have to be the most talented, the best journalist. You just have to be the one who doesn't quit. The thing I love most about being a journalist is just learning a million things every single day. I only get to live one life, but I get to talk to people, so I get to understand that life too. It's like cool, like I get to learn their life lessons too.
Hi guys!
Being able to meet people outside who've come from far and wide, people from this state and that state, it's a real treat. It's a real treat.
I love you.